My brother almost destroyed my marriage because I stopped paying his bills. The worst part, I was the one who saved him. 2 years ago, after he lost his job because of his own mistakes, everyone in my family gave up on him. I didn't. I paid his rent, covered his car payments, and sent him money every month because I believed he just needed time to recover. I even skipped vacations with my wife because I thought family came first. My wife never hated my brother. She hated watching me sacrifice our future for someone who wasn't changing. Then my wife and I finally saved enough money to buy our first house. Later that evening, I sat my brother down and told him, I love you, and I'll even help you find a job and prepare for interviews, but I can't keep paying your bills forever. I have to build my own future too. He hugged me and said he understood. I believed him. I was wrong. 2 weeks later, my wife received a message from an unknown number. It said, you need to know what your husband has been hiding. Attached were screenshots of conversations between me and another woman. My wife read them over and over. Then she looked at me and asked, is there anything else you haven't told me? I tried to explain everything to her, but I could see the doubt on her face. She wasn't sure what to believe anymore. The worst part was the screenshots looked real. The woman was my coworker, and those were actually my messages. I knew I never cheated, but I couldn't understand how someone turned normal conversations into something that looked so bad. Then I noticed something. The screenshots looked exactly like they came from my phone. Then I looked at the timestamp and realized something was wrong. The screenshots were taken while I was sitting in my brother's apartment. Suddenly, I knew who did it, but I couldn't understand why. I drove to his apartment and asked him one question, why? At first, he denied everything. Then I told him the screenshots came from my phone and that he was the only person who could have taken them. He went silent. Finally, he looked down and said, because you were leaving me behind. He admitted he took real conversations with my coworker, removed the parts that proved nothing was happening, and sent them to my wife. He thought if my marriage fell apart and my house plans disappeared, I would go back to being the person who always rescued him. Then he broke down, apologized to my wife, and admitted everything. That was when I realized the hardest truth. My brother didn't see my help as a gift anymore. He saw it as something he deserved. My wife came home, but she told me something I'll never forget. Why did it take him hurting us for you to realize you were letting him use you? I still love my brother. But I'll never forget that the person I spent 2 years trying to pull out of a hole was the same person who tried to drag me into one.